We're about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Play action, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing is Cousins. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's complete once again. It's Gesicki. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch in the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great...
And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Right, 97.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They run again on first down. Cook. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 16, Cousins. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
A legacy player in the NFL, Cedric Wilson, 602 yards last season. Nearly beat his father's best season when he played in the league. The Miami Dolphins, they're betting that Wilson can surpass not only his dad, but become a big-time player in their revamped passing game. Nice catch there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Dolphins in 2-3 here to begin the new season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose, and the Vikings pick up the football.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
On the move to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
You're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the turnover, it's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Tua now on first down. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And he loses the football the second time. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Now Waddle on the jet sweep. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They go play action. Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen, is complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Cook following the penalty. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first half. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds to about the 48-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, Tagovailoa getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Striker, 3-3.
Throwing again on second down. Tua gets this one to Hill. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's Hill, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 2 to Tyreek for the Miami first.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
No red. Black walk. Blue check. Yellow line.
Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 2nd and goal. Tua. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Red.
Now Tua. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's
taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Cousins now. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Joseph's got it. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Ready up.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They will look for some important yardage on third down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He is going to find Hill here. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ready.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Ultra. Ready.
Edmonds going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Edmonds again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Looking to pass. Tua dancing to his left. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Ready. Pause red. Hey, green. Flag blue. Ready.
Tua going to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have tied things up here in the 4th. When you talk about clutch, that one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. That one complete down the field to Smith. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Cousins. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. They run the counter with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you could possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Cousins to throw. Completes this to Jefferson. Oh, spinning away. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete there to Smith. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
At home, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So the onside kick will come with 17 seconds to play. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.